After the issues faced for numerous teams at Phoenix Raceway this past weekend for the Cup Series, the topic was broached by longtime Cup Series competitor, team owner, former champion Brad Keselowski while he subbed as the host of the Dale Jr. Download, talking about the tire pressures that Goodyear recommends. He was quoted as saying nobody ran them. He goes and mentions this if in terms of the reminder. He was quoted as saying he saw the reminder and said it was good. I can promise you nobody ran the recommended pressures at Phoenix. Keselowski said whatever they run, they're always kind of like this inside joke in the garage area, just like subtract 2, and that's probably still safe, but nobody ran those. Given the issues that a lot of the teams had, you had blowout tires. One of the people that presents on Dirty Mo Media, Bozy, talked about it in a video talking about how the suspension travel is on these cars and with the bump stops and having so much compression and load put on the tires, along with the fact that that's one of the only areas of the car where they're able to make adjustment. Keselowski went further and was quoted as saying, because we want to win. I'll give Goodyear a lot of credit. You know, the drivers went to them and said, we want a tire that falls off more. We want you to be more aggressive. They fired back, well, it makes us look like crap. Drivers went back to Goodyear and kind of made a pact saying, we won't say bad things about you if you build us an aggressive tire and it blows out. The pact has stuck together so far, Keselowski said, but if it comes apart, then like everybody loses, because in terms of the product that Goodyear brings to the racetrack over many years, especially with new repaves, they'll bring a very hard tire that will last. It won't wear out. Basically, you'll be able to race it for a good amount of the race, and then there won't be any tire changes. In the past, you would have to come into the pits and do pit stops every time there was a yellow flag. Because the tires would fall off that much. There was a big difference in if you did put on 4 new tires versus if you put only 2 or you put none and try to stay out. So the gaming of the system in regards to tire pressures for what Goodyear goes and recommends relative to what the NASCAR Cup teams do is going to continue, and it's just a case of making sure that nobody has major incidents or gets hurt because of it. In the grand scheme of things, the product that Goodyear is bringing to the table, especially even last week at Phoenix, was better than what they've had at recent races at Phoenix. So we will see how that goes, and we can talk about that all here on Motorsports Reports here in regards to NASCAR and IndyCar, and tune in to the Grip Strip podcast that I do with my co-host Josh on all podcast platforms.